live from the House of LeMay Makeup and Dressing Room.
Here comes Amber, stop what you're doing. Here comes Amber, she's doing what she can. Here comes Amber, cue the spotlight. Here comes Amber with 2 drinks in her hand. The matriarch of fashion, sequins to her glasses, you can't look away. Ask her, does she do it? There's really nothing to it. She's got that feminine gaze. If you have a party, or if you're feeling naughty, call up the House of LeMay. Here comes your favorite gal. Here comes your queen. Here comes the talk of the town. It's Amber Live tonight. The music starts playing. It's time for cabareting on Amber Live tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, please turn off all cell phones and get ready for your host, Amber LeMay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's me. Yes. Welcome. Oh, my gosh. Look, notice we have a new theme song tonight. Yes, opening show for the show. Thank you, Jack Quinn. And then a new set tonight. Thank you, Amazon. So just new things happening. And oh my gosh, it's going to be a great night. I've got 2 terrific guests. First up will be Roberto Serrini, and he's a producer, director, and he's got this great project that we're going to talk about. And then I've been talking about her for weeks now, Dixie Longate. Yes, she's going to be live here with Amber. Oh, not here, but there with you and us together. It's going to be great. But, this week, I really like Facebook. I know there's things you don't like about it, but I really like it because it brings back memories of things that we've done in the past. And this week it brought back really some nice memories. And what was really upsetting was that it brought back memories of events that we participated in to help raise money for nonprofit organizations. And those places just aren't going to have those events this year to raise money. A few of the events that we liked that we had, Lucy and I did this one thing. It was called Cornhole Tournament. Now, when we agreed to do it, Lucy said, "Cornhole, I'm all for that." Well, when we got there, she didn't realize it was going to be a game of pitching beanbags into little holes. Yes, but that's what we did. And we raised money. It's for the Lunt Family Center. And for over 125 years, they have helped children thrive by empowering families to break cycles of poverty, addiction, and abuse. It's a great organization that I know has helped many friends of mine. And it was just a fun event. It was held out by the airport here in Burlington. And we just went out and we made so many good friends. Every time we got a cornhole or one in the big hole, we go and do a high five, and oh God, people were just laughing at us. And we all had sashes. Now, as you can see, there I am as Miss Cornhole, of course. And then Lucy Bell's the reigning Miss Beaver Pond. She had to wear her sash. She's the sashiest woman I know. And then Miss Vermont was there too, so we had to get a picture with her. But that was for the Lund family home. And again, a lot of people are very fortunate to still be working. And I would hope that you take some time and donate to these great causes, just because they need help. They were expecting all this windfall from these events that they planned for months and months and months, and they weren't able to have them, but they still need the money. So please consider, if not these events, some other activities that you support. Another thing we did, oh my gosh, it was the 7 days, the statewide alternative newspaper. It's a great paper. And they have their annual restaurant week every year. Well, that was supposed to be last week. And of course, they're postponing it. Hopefully it's going to be later on in the fall. But one of the big events is their Smackdown that kicks off the week. And the first year, I was one of the judges. It was a dessert Smackdown. They had like 20 chefs making these desserts. And they asked me to be a judge. Can you imagine me judging things? But it was a benefit for the Vermont Food Bank. And it raised thousands and thousands of dollars for the Vermont Food Bank. And And it was just a great event. I ate a lot of good foods. And this one guy said, open up wide. And so I did. Oh, he was cute. And of course, the paparazzi was there. And there's Ava Solberger from 7 Days. She does this great video show called Stuck in Vermont. She just picks out these unique activities and people from Vermont and just highlights them. And people say, stuck in Vermont? That isn't positive. Well, yeah, we're happy to be stuck in Vermont. We think this is a very special place. And oh gosh, and then another memory that came up was from an event called the Hoopalooza. It was a benefit for the Puppets in Education, and the Burlington Rotary Club helped put this on. And what it was a beautiful day in City Hall Park. As you can see, the trees were budding, it was sun shining, and the Rotary Club had made all of these hula hoops for people, and there was contests. And so, of course, Marguerite and I were there, and so we had fun, and we helped raise money and awareness for another good cause. So please consider this year, this week, or anytime. You got extra money? Think about some of the organizations that mean a lot to you or a lot to your friends, and let's give them some money, okay? Because these people, like I said, they plan months for these annual events, and they count on that coin coming in. And when it stopped, their services are going to stop as well. So we hope that you'll reach out and help them a little bit too. But those are those fun memories, and that's what the House of LeMay does. We go out there and we promote and raise money and awareness for many organizations. And over the 27 years we've been doing this, we've literally raised over hundreds of thousands of dollars for organizations, and we do it to do it. And people say, well, why do you do all that? Well, because we can. We survived the last epidemic that went through this country, the AIDS epidemic. And we lost a lot of our good friends who would be alive and would be performing and doing a lot better of this stuff than I'm doing. And so they're not here. So I am. So I'm trying to do what they would be doing. So, chip in, give some money, and that'd be great. All right. So my first guess. So I'll show you, let's show a little clip about his current project. Then we'll come and talk to Roberto. All right, can we do that? Let me see if I can push some buttons here.
This is In Boca, a rare cardboard cookbook series coveted by chefs around the world. And these books let us travel to our home country, to connect to our past, and make new friends without even leaving the kitchen. Beautifully illustrated and handwritten, we went deep to find some interesting dishes and source the absolute best ingredients in New York City. Back in our kitchen, we let the food tell the story, prepping and cooking the meal with care and doing our best to faithfully reproduce some of these amazing recipes that have been passed down from generation to generation. We're not chefs, but with the help of some good friends, these books have been brought back to life, and their secrets exposed for a very special meal, where we're all searching for more than just the perfect bite, but a connection to a country we love while having to be stuck at home. In Boca is a film dedicated to helping Italy recover. Come take a trip with us in Boca. Visit ItalyInBoca.com.
So please welcome to Amber Live, Roberto. Roberto, hello there.
Hi, Amber. How you doing?
I'm fine. Roberto Serrini, it's so good to see you. We met many years ago down in New York City, and you were working on some project then. What was that for? It was a commercial for something.
Oh, God only knows how many projects I do in a year. So
I know, but it was great. I know that. So you're in Los Angeles right now.
At the moment, yeah.
Yes. Well, are you quarantined out there? Is that where you have to stay?
Yeah, I mean, there's worse places than Los Angeles to be quarantined.
Had you noticed a difference in the air quality there?
Yeah, it's remarkable, actually. I know that this is a tough time for a lot of people, but some really good things have come out of the quarantine. I'll say that.
And I understand they've issued a lot of traffic speeding tickets on the highway because before people couldn't go over 20 miles an hour, and now they're going, woo!
Yeah, they don't know what to do with themselves. They're just, going. They're going for it. So it's wild.
So in Boca, so we got a little bit idea from the clip there, but just give me a synopsis of what that's all about.
Yeah, so a friend of mine and I collect these cookbooks, and they're pretty rare. They're from the 70s. They're a series called In Bocca, Italy in Bocca, and they cover the 20 regions of Italy, and they're very special. They're made out of cardboard. They have these funky pictures inside, little stories, of course, recipes, and I don't know. We were just always so amazed by these books. So a day before the city shut down, we decided to make like a Last Supper, and we chose 4 meals out of the books. Went to the best markets we can find in New York, talked to all the purveyors, bought the best ingredients, took it back to the house and cooked an epic meal. And of course, because I am a filmmaker, I had to document everything. And the result was this little documentary, 20-minute documentary that people have been really, delighted to see, because it's about food, it's about family, it's about culture. And at the end of the day, if people can watch it, maybe they can understand that Italy is hurting a lot like the United States is. And like you said in the opening of the show, like if you can give anything, give, because people need, a lot of help out there more than maybe I do or someone else does. So just a way to connect with people and make the best of the situation.
So in Bocca, my Italian's not that good. So
you know what it means. You know what it means, Andrew. It means in the mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've heard that before.
Open wide, Amber.
So these books, are they handmade, or are they published, or how many?
They were published by a publisher named Il Vespro out of Palermo in 1976. But they are made out of cardboard, and the paper is recycled oatmeal. So they're not the best material for a cookbook that's around, fats and water and boiling pots and whatnot. But I think that's what makes them special too, because they kind of do disintegrate over time. So they become more and more rare.
Oatmeal,
recycled oatmeal. You can eat the books. I mean, if you really wanted to. If things got that bad, you could eat the books.
Who would think about that? Recycled oatmeal.
Who knows? The Italians, food is always on our minds. So even
you went to all these stores to buy the food. Tell us about some of those experiences.
Yeah. So, being a diehard New Yorker, as my friend Peter is, we make an effort to really know the best places to buy the best things. Because if we're going to eat, we want to eat the best. So for meats, we went to Pino's, which is over 100 years old. It's in the Village. It's an Italian-run meat market. Super nice guys. You can roll in there with any questions. You want to make anything, they will tell you exactly what you need and make it happen for you. And on top of that, they have the absolute best meats you can find anywhere in the city. And then for everything else, like cheeses or Italian groceries, there was only one place to go, and that's Caputo's in Brooklyn. And that's another Italian place that's been there for decades. And again, you're getting the best quality product straight from Italy with people that have been, dedicated to Italian food and culture throughout. So you can bring questions in. If you're making something, you can have a chat with the guys there, and they're going to set you straight on how to do it.
Okay, so tell me what's that?
That's a good one. That's vitello tonato. That's veal with tuna sauce, which sounds really funky, but
Yes.
it is an amazing little dish. Thinly sliced poached veal with a tuna sauce with mayonnaise and capers. It's an umami bomb in your mouth, basically. It's usually an appetizer, but I can easily eat a plate of that for dinner.
Wow. That let's see, what's that pic?
That's me. You can't necessarily eat me. I mean, you could if you wanted to. Very flavorful cut of meat. I would suggest it rare, medium rare.
Oh, you are. Yeah. So with your work, you've traveled all over the world. I mean, where is this place here?
That's good old Machu Picchu.
Wow. Why were you there?
I was doing a story for Get Lost magazine. There's a group of lodges called the Mountain Lodges of Peru. There are 5 of them stretched out along the Inca Trail, and one is more stunning than the next. They were built by a Swiss architect, and what's really cool about them is that even though they're super glamorous, beautiful steel and stone, 5-star luxury service, they employ the small towns that they're located in. And the people of the towns actually own half of the hotels for 10 years, and then after 10 years, they own the entire hotel. So it's a way of ecotourism to promote the economy of the region, which is extremely poor, and it's a way to get people to travel there in a luxury and style that you can't really do anywhere else in the world. So it was an amazing trip. Mountain Lodges of Peru. You should definitely check it out. It's one of my favorite companies.
Oh, wow. That's how cool. You said Get Lost. I know it was a magazine. I just thought it was an order that I usually get.
Yeah, it works like that too.
And where's this?
That's Iceland. That's at, I'm going to butcher this, Langavor Glacier.
Spell it.
Yeah, good luck. If you sneeze while you got a pen down on a piece of paper, sometimes it comes out right. But we took some snowmobiles up there. I was working for the now defunct WOW Airlines, doing travel stories for them. But again, another beautiful place that you really shouldn't miss if you like nature.
Yeah, it seems like Iceland is very popular now. Is it because it's, well, I don't know about right now, but before this thing happened, it seemed like a lot of people were going, oh, let's go to Iceland, Yeah,
it's funny. I think they opened up their economy to tourism, and they were doing cheap flights to Europe with a stopover in Reykjavik. So you'd have to spend a night there, and that's why it became popular, because who's thinking of going to Iceland? But it is a beautiful country. It's got some of the most amazing natural, spectacular things you can see: glaciers, geysers, deep sea diving, anything you can imagine. But it was, when we were there, which was 2 years ago, it was amazingly expensive. Like, I'm talking $25 for a Subway foot-long sandwich, kind of expensive. $18 for a pint of beer, expensive. And it was bizarre. Like, I don't know. It wasn't that the foot-long sandwich was better there than anywhere else. It was just the inflation that happened because of the tourism, the influx of tourism. So hopefully now they've kind of stabilized, because I think they had too much tourism to really support it. And now, maybe it's lessened and the economy's stable to a point where it's still affordable and you can still visit this beautiful place and it's not inundated with so many tourists.
Right. Okay. So you talked about Peru, you talked about Iceland. Where's your favorite place that you've visited?
My mother's kitchen. I mean, I can't really beat her chicken cutlets. It's a marvel of science what happens there.
Oh, and it's Mother's Day. Did you talk to your mother today?
Of course. What are you talking about? I woke up with the phone in my hand. I mean, can't go 5 minutes into the day. She'd get very upset. Very upset.
And where does she live?
She's in Florida with the rest of the old people.
She's in the other Boca.
Yes, the other Boca. The Ratona Boca.
That's why when I heard about your book, I thought, in Boca. Okay, there's Italian restaurants in Boca.
That's a series, yeah, I'm doing. It's called In Boca, Boca Raton. It's a sexy series about elders getting on with each other. It's nice.
Watch it, buddy.
No, it's on Hulu next week. You'll love it.
I'd watch it.
Who wouldn't? It sounds good.
So what's your next project?
In Boca's kind of taking up some steam. We're developing it into a series.
What do you mean series? How is it going to be seriesed?
Well, there's 20 books, and this was one of 20. So we're going to hopefully work with Italian television to create 20 episodes, one for each region of Italy, and then possibly do another series about cooking in New York with Netflix. And that all came out of this little tiny project that we just kind of put together on the fly. People just really like to see us screw up recipes, I guess.
Roberto, thank you so much for being with us. Fascinating, not only about In Boca, but your other adventures as well. And we've got your name up there on the screen, and now people can get in touch with your book and or your documentary. Where's it being shown? Is it on?
It's online right now. It's good old YouTube. And just hop over to that little website. We got a blog going. You get all the information you want there.
Very good. Very good. Well, thank you very much, Roberto. We're going to have you back. Oh, do you have a question for Amber? Sometimes my guests have a question for me.
I love your backdrop. What made you decide to go with like the funky brick?
Well, I've always been into Masons.
Okay, well,
gay Masons.
The three of them, yes. They're rare but delicious.
Well, we'll be back later on because we have a little quiz going on about TV moms. So
I'll sit tight. Thanks for having me.
You sit however you want to. All right, let's see. Thank you very much, Roberto.
Thank you.
Oh, wasn't that fun? So go on over to that In Boca thing on YouTube and watch that whole thing. Fascinating. And damn, he's good looking too, ain't he? So, people are always celebrating something. Today's Mother's Day, of course, and I've got a tribute to my mom later on. And we talked about Roberto's mom, but it's other weeks too that are being celebrated this week. So let's see if I can remember which ones. It's National Police Week. Heroes live forever. Now, isn't that true? Now, some people complain about the police, but damn it, if someone's breaking in my house, I want the police to be right there for them. So we salute you, police people. Thank you very much for being there. And, of course, talk about heroes. It's National Nurses Week, too. So you nurses, my gosh, you are helping not only your patients, but the families of the patients. And we can't say enough about you nurses. So thank you, thank you, thank you. But also there were some other weeks that just happened. And one is National Small Business Week, just finished yesterday. And oh, damn it, those poor small businesses, they aren't doing very well now. But I know a lot of them are available for curb service. So look on their website. If you need something, call them up. They'll be glad to rent it out to your car or onto the sidewalk. We got to keep them alive, people. Walmarts aren't going to be downtown in our small town. So we got to keep our small businesses alive and well. And another group that celebrated this week, it was National Travel and Tourism Week. I bet you that wasn't a fun convention. Oh, how sad, though, because that's another group that's very important to what we do, especially a town like Burlington. It thrives on the tourism, and everything's going to take a hit. So just think back what I said earlier in the show about if you got some extra coin, think about the organizations that have really helped you out during this time or any other time, and throw some coin towards them because we got to have them. When this is all over, we got to have them. So let's keep them around. All right. All righty. So that went faster than I expected it to go. I wonder if we have any questions from anybody yet. I haven't been able to watch any of the comments. We got a few there. Kathleen from Lund. Yeah, Lund's having us at the cornhole tournament. And that's so funny. When Lucy Bell and I would arrive there, we'd be in our outfits and looking all glamorous and everything. And you could tell people are going, what the hell are they doing here? Who are they? Blah, blah, blah. And they'd watch us and they'd try not to stare. But eventually we'd go up and start talking to them. And they had the best time. They loved taking our picture with them. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Hey, Travis is checking in from Washington, the state. Very nice. Oh, Chris from Indiana is there. Oh, my gosh. Let's see. Cindy's here. Hi, Cindy. Someone tells me today is National Clean Your Room Day. I don't think I'm going to acknowledge that in any way. So no, so that's what's happening there. So keep your comments. Now, I tell you, if anyone would like to ask me a question in person by appearing, just like Roberto did, send an email to Amber LeMay live at gmail.com, and my producer will put you on the screen and you can talk to me in person. All right. Instead of making those catty comments in the comments section there, you can say it to my face. Yeah, you can. Okay. So now my next guest, oh my gosh, I am so happy to have her on the show tonight. As I said, I've been telling you about her the past several weeks, about her happy hours that she has most days, where she just gets on there and just takes off and rambles about whatever's on her mind. And some days there's a lot on her mind and in her glass. So I just want to say welcome. Hello there, Dixie Longate.
Hi, sweet angel. How are you? How's everything?
Everything is fine. How you doing, girl?
Well, I'm better for your asking. I had it. Well, it's Mother's Day, so you got to do that thing where you're like, oh, kids, and it's like, okay, I had them, and then that should be enough. And then you realize that there's nothing that they're going to be able to do in this one day that's going to be worth the amount of effort we put into actually keeping them. So it's just a hassle. That my little one, it's going to make me one of them little things that you make at the Christian Bible school when you glue all the different things on beans on a paper. But he didn't have time to do it, so he got me a can of beans and construction paper. And I guess I got to make it myself. I'm like, oh, am I supposed to do that? So I got to put all these beans on this construction paper and stick it on the front of my refrigerator, and then pretend like, oh look, my son made it, but he didn't because it would be for me. And of course, I'll make something that looks better than he will, and then they're like, oh, your son is like a prodigy because he's only 3 years old. Look at that beautiful art he made. And I had to assemble it myself. You know how it is.
So tell me about your kids.
Well, I have 3 of them that I remember. So I got a 16-year-old, a 10-year-old, and a 3-year-old. Dwayne, I know, a little Sorbine Jr., Heaven's Little Angel, that one. He's a 3-year-old. He shakes a little. I was drinking when I was pregnant, and apparently you're not supposed to do that or something. And so, but now he do like this. But I think he's going to be a real good bartender someday. I think, like, I don't want to push him. I don't want to be one of these mothers that's like pushing their kids into like ballet classes or fencing or anything. But I think at some point, you know, he's going to be able to take the bottle and put the stuff in and just do like this and shake the martini and pour it for you. At this point, he doesn't know how to put all the ingredients in. He's only 3, you know. But what I do is I put all the ingredients in form and I hand him a tumbler. And he stands there like this, and when I come back, I'm like, look what you did for Mom. Aren't you just having some angel? So sweet.
So are you doing any homeschooling?
You know, the thing about homeschooling that's so hard is that they expect you to be able to know all the information so that you can help them out, because the teachers are like, oh, here's the workbook. I'm like, listen, I dropped out after 4th grade because I had to leave in order to get, you know, help my mama because she was in that big old medical bed and I had to help her and everything. But also I just kept getting pulled into the office because I'd always get in trouble. It was never me. It was always the Sculler twins, and they was always getting me into trouble. But of course, the mama was the one who was doing English class. So they could always say, no, it wasn't this. And then their mama would support them because she was a teacher. And then I'd have to go down to the principal's office, Principal Jackson, and, you know, wants to go black. So that was hard to then leave school. I don't know anything ever, all the information that they teach now, like in the 5th grade and 6th grade, I didn't get that far. So for me, what I got to do is I got to just sort of pretend and be like, yeah, well, that's when Alexander Hamilton crossed the night of Delaware to do this thing. So I'm helping the kids as much as I can. But it's also a lot on the parents to be able to do it. Because normally you think, like in September, you put them on a bus and then you don't see them in for 9 months. So like, I guess the bus like drops them off at the end of the day, but I just lock my door and look, we're closed, you know. So I never had that issue with them coming back in. They knock in the room, but I just don't open the door. I assume it's they're trying to sell me something like Girl Scouts or So I just said, oh, no, we're not home. I don't speak English or whatever. And then the kids don't come back. So it was like 9 months they're away. But this time I had them away for a couple of months. And then they knock on the door, come back. They're like, now you got to teach this mama. And I'm like, this is gross. It's just such a hassle. I'm like, yeah.
So how's the Tupperware business doing? Tell us a little bit about Tupperware.
You know, I started selling Tupperware 18 and a half years ago. It's crazy. I never thought I'd be doing that. So I started selling Tupperware in people's living rooms as part of the conditions of my parole. I had to get a job in order to, you know, take care of my kids. I was like, oh, whatever. But the police make you. They're like, you have kids, take them back. I'm like, I don't like that part. But they come back to you, and then you got to take care of them and support them and everything. And so my parole officer, she's adorable lesbian. She's so sweet. She said, you know, you should do something. I'm like, I have an idea. Why don't you go sell something to people? I'm like, what do you mean? And she said, you'd be great as a Tupperware lady. And I said, that's for old ladies. And it's not true. It's some of the best crap on the planet. And so I said, well, I can't go into people's homes because of the restraining order, you know. And she said, oh, I can get that lifted. So she did. And then I started selling people's living rooms. And within like 2 years, I became the top selling Tupperware lady in the entire United States and Canada. And then after that, a friend of mine said, you know, this is real fun and I like what you're doing. You should turn this into a show. And I said, you know what? And he said, oh, this will be real fun. And so he helped me put it together. We took it to New York City, kind of tested it out. And then it got moved off Broadway. And in 2007, I did my show. It was called Dixie's Tupperware Party. Did it off Broadway. Got a lot of attention there, and then it started touring. And so in 2008, I went on tour, and they said, oh, we'll probably get like a year, maybe a year and a half of the tour. 12 and a half years later, I'm still on the damn road with a tour. And I'd still be on there now if it wasn't for the fact that the corona has happened, and then everybody had to shut down all the art centers. So I've been all over the place. I've been to 5 different countries. I've been to places I didn't even know how to food. And so it's been really amazing to be all over the place and helping people with their food storage, you know. But the show is fun. It's a Tupperware party on stage. There's games and prizes and raffles and things like that. I get people to help me with the demonstrations and everything. But it's got this good message of empowerment and lifting people up, which is what I really like. So basically, I get everybody up and lift them up and send them on the way into the world so they can make the world a little bit better. Because I'm all about seeing what I can do to kind of cheer people along the way. Because I think there's not enough people cheering each other on these days. So that's what I sort of taken on my mantra to do, is just do my best to cheer other people on. Even if they don't deserve it, let me push off for bread. I do my best to kind of be like, good for you. You know.
So that is great. I remember seeing you, I think it was like 5 years ago, you came to Vermont at the Winter Rendezvous, the largest gay ski weekend on the East Coast.
I met people I'd never even heard of them before that.
But you were so funny. We were in a high school. We were at the Stowe High School. I remember that. But oh my gosh, we enjoyed seeing you so much.
You're sweet. I appreciate that.
So a lot of people here in Vermont, and I'm sorry, where are you?
I'm in Mobile, Alabama, born and raised. I'm just here in my trailer trying to do my best. It's pre-storm season, so it's good. You can still kind of like let the trailer not go all the way down to the ground, because during storm season, you got to let the trailer go all the way down to the ground and bolt it in. Otherwise, like, it'll be picked up by Jesus, shaken like this and thrown away. But this way, right now it's fine. So you can put it on the tires and sort of roll it around to your friends, which is helpful during Coronas, because sometimes you miss people and you just sort of drive it around. You're like, hey, Eleanor, how's everything? How are the kids? Do you still speak English or whatever? So it's nice to be able to like talk to people like this, because come, like 3 months from now, none of it's going to be happening. You got to take it off the tires, got to bolt it to the ground. You got to pray to Jesus that nobody picks it up and throws it into a different zip code. Because there's nothing worse than like when you lend somebody something and then storm season comes in and then you don't know where they live no more because their trailer went blowed into an entire different zip code. It's just such a hassle. I don't like it. But yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm down here in Mobile.
Well, okay. So I don't know about how the laws are in Alabama, but here in Vermont, we're allowed to grow some 2 plants of marijuana for personal use.
Well, look at you. So progressive.
So people are baking and being creative. Now, is Tupperware available for any storage of food or anything like that?
Honey, I'll tell you what, I've had more people since the laws got now down here, you can't look. If you grow mint leaves in your damn yard, people lose their minds. Here, come on, don't get all crazy. But we have all kinds of storage. I was actually in Colorado several years ago doing shows when they passed that, because Colorado and Washington State were the first 2 states to be able to get that. And so I was in Colorado at the time, and they're like, everybody get ready to toke up. It's illegal and everything. You would not believe the amount of people who would come to me and say, what do you have that's going to keep my marijuana fresh? And I said, let me see what I can do. So yes, of course, we've got some amazing things that'll keep it fresher longer, because you want the potency to be there. So when you put it in your mouth, or whatever you do, that I don't know, I've never done that it's real potent, so that you can be like, oh, I see elephants dancing, or what, I don't know what happens, but it's something like that. So yeah, we've got all kinds of good things to take care of you, because I don't want people's food storage needs to be met. I know sometimes people they feel like they have a hole in their food storage needs, and I'm here to fill your hole, because I don't want you to have that issue, because that's sad, and that makes Jesus cry, and he's already so moody, because Easter happened and nobody really paid attention because everybody was thinking about other things. Nobody could go to church. He was like, I'm alive. Nobody cares. And I was like, we know the story. We heard it last year and the year before. So, of course, we got tons of crap. Honey, I'm here to help you with your food storage.
So, I don't know about other people, but it seems like every time I lose a sock in the washing machine or the dryer, it turns up as a Tupperware lid.
Yeah. Say, this is the thing. I always get this from people. People are like, oh, my Lord, I have all these bottoms, but no tops. I was like, honey, if I had a nickel, I would have a nickel if I had a nickel. But yeah, that's what, because people are stupid and they don't realize that you take your we call them seals, but we call them lids normally, but we call them a seal because the seal's in freshness. Shut up! I know, it's amazing. But you take them and you actually, I put them with the bowls, or like I put them under the bowls and put the bowls on them like a pedestal, so I know where they are. Some people, I don't know why I'm doing this. Some people will take the seals and put them in a whole different cupboard than the bowl. And I was like, well, but why? You need that there with the bowl. Why would you put it somewhere so that it's not? And then they can't never find it again. Then I get these calls from these people like, oh Lord, I lost my lid. What am I going to do? I'm like, oh, I'm so busy with my kids. You know, that's when I use the kids for the good excuse. Like, I can't talk now. Bye. I got to leave. But normally I would just leave the kids out of it. But yeah, so that's the thing. You got, what the best thing to do is to take your bowls and put like the lids on the bottom like a pedestal so they sit on them. Or if there's some of the bowls that nest inside each other, you can actually put the lids on and then put them inside the bowls and stack them all together. I mean, we have all these solutions for people. People just don't understand it.
Oh, there's a picture that I found that I was curious about.
Tell me.
Of you. This one here. Tell me about that.
Oh, my Lord and Savior. You know, when this whole thing just broke out not too many weeks ago, everybody was on the run for the toilet paper. And there's still some places you can't get toilet paper nowhere. And I had crocheted some toilet paper because I was it was National Crafting Month. So I figured I was going to do something neighborly and craft anyway. So I might as well do something. And that is some crocheted toilet paper so that I can wipe my behind at the same time doing something neighborly and pretty like that. It's just two birds, one bush. So yeah, and they say the devil's hands are an idle playground, or something like that. I don't read that part of the Bible. I only got to the part of the Bible when Jesus turns water into wine, and then I participate and I black out something to go back and read it again when I wake up because I don't want to miss nothing. But so that other part about the hands with the bush and the idol, that's in like later. That's like First Colossians chapter 12, 5. So I haven't got there yet.
So what do you want to? What's your first thing you want to do when this is over? When we're free?
You know, I think my first, because there are a bunch of people that I know nearby that own really great restaurants. And I think my first thing I want to do is go sit down in a dining restaurant and spend about 5 hours there and just load up on some good cooking and some good drinks that I didn't have to make. Because listen, I don't mind making drinks. I am real good at the bar. Listen, but it's so neighborly to have somebody else making something for you, because for me, every time my trailer's always so cluttered with the 3 kids, and sometimes you're like, where's the vermouth? And you know, trying to explain what vermouth is to a child is super confusing because they don't understand it. And so you're like, it's the clear stuff, but and they're just like, I don't get it. And they're bringing you water, and they're bringing you, you know, that stuff that looks like that you put in your mouth with the mouthwash, you know. And I had a little game I played with my kids the other day, because you're trying to keep your kids busy, you know, through this whole time. So I did this game called how many full-size liquor bottles can you find under a queen size bed? And so all my kids went under my bed and started pulling out the bottles that may or may not have dropped off when I fell asleep and I was drinking. And Lord, 47 is the answer. That's how many bottles you can find. So we took them all out. Some of them had booze still in it. So I, you know, put them up, and I'm getting my bar already, and I've got a huge amount of booze there. But it gets very irritating to always be the one pouring my own drink. And you know how lonely it is when you're like, hey, sailor, would you buy me a drink? And you're just talking to yourself because you can't get around nobody. So I'm just anxious to go out to some of my favorite watering holes and some of my favorite restaurants and just like work with other people, let them experience how nice it is to make a drink for me. Because that's got to be an incredibly enriching experience, I can only imagine.
Oops. I'm sure you tip well, too.
Well, sometimes I tip real good, or sometimes I'm like, here's my phone number, come back to my trailer. The back window's going to be unlocked, slip on in, don't mess with the kids. If you go in the front door, they're going to see you, they're going to ask questions, so I don't want that. But yeah, and so I do my best because I'm a giver. Well, some say carrier, I say giver. It sounds nicer. So I just do my best to do. And also, you know what? And I'm fixing to travel. I know I've been talking to a lot of people that are saying, as soon as this is over, I want to get on a plane somewhere and go somewhere exotic. Go somewhere I never thought I'd go before. Just go and experience something. Because so many people have been cooped up for so long that, and for me, for example, like I tour all over the country, and now my whole tour's been put on hold, and I've lost a lot of my touring dates, and I've had a lot of theaters asking me like, "Oh, what's your schedule next year look like?" So a lot of stuff is going to be, pushed into next year. But at this point, I don't know. I mean, it's all going to be a new puzzle to put together when that time comes. But at this point, I'm like, when everything kind of lets up, I want to go somewhere for a minute before I have to talk to anybody else. I want to get on a damn plane. I want to go somewhere fun, and even if it's something that's not too expensive, I just want to travel and just see a part of the world I haven't seen yet. Because being cooped up in the same trailer all the time with the kids, oh God, it's a hassle, and you can only make forts so many times out of pillowcases before they're like, "Mama, I've been here before." I'm like, "No." Well, then move the chairs and do it again. Don't leave me to do everything like that. I'm trying to help my kids be entertained, but it's real hard. I tethered the youngest to the front door of the trailer and threw like a Hungry Man frozen dinner out for him. The heat of the sun obviously warms it up. So like by the evening, they're enjoying Salisbury steak, which is good. But then like sometimes the squirrels get it, and then they're knocking on the door. "Mom, I'm still hungry, and I can't." The squirrel got my Salisbury steak, and so you gotta, they're just always changing the way you want to go out and do something fun, but then you got to be tethered to these kids all the time. So I think when everything's over, I'm going to leave my kids with. I got a couple neighbors that might take over and look at them. I got like a friend of mine who's a hoarder. She's real sweet. She doesn't leave much, because the Learning Channel is always coming to film a new episode in her trailer, and so I'm just real lucky. I'm like, "Here, take the kids," and then I go somewhere else. But so that'll be nice to be able to just go somewhere without my kids, with my best friend probably Georgia Jean, and just do something fun. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do when this is all over?
I don't know. It's just going to be a big relief, isn't it? That it's going to be, whoa, what can I do? What can I do? You're going to try to do everything at once.
I'm telling you.
Now, thank you so much, Dixie. But now we're going to play a game. All right.
I love games. I do this one with a pogo stick, and I get my leg hooked over the ceiling fan, and you spin around. It's super fun. You have to have like 3 people to do it, because there's got to be somebody there to steady you in case you fall off, and there's got to be somebody obviously to film. But it's super fun. So yeah, I love games. Let's do it.
Well, I don't think we're going to be playing that game.
Too bad. It's so good.
So we're going to bring Roberto back.
Hi.
And so we're going to play a game we call TV Moms. Okay.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I'll ask a question. I will list 3 children, and you need to tell me either the mother of those children or the TV show they were on. Okay.
Right.
All right. So Dixie, you get first chance at the first question. All right.
So excited.
Yes. Okay. The first question is Maggie, Lisa, and Bart.
I know this answer. It's Marge Simpson on The Simpsons. And do you know they did a whole episode where they made Marge a Tupperware lady? It was so fun. I couldn't even stand it. It was like looking at myself in the mirror, except I don't have blue hair and I'm not a cartoon and I haven't been on TV for 22 seasons. But other than that, it was like the same thing.
Correct. One point there for Dixie. Now, Roberto, you get the first shot at this question.
I can't.
And that is
against this.
You'll do fine. Denise, Theo, and Rudy.
Oh, it's the Huxtables. What the hell was her name? Her name was Federica Huxtable. That's her full name.
What was the name of the TV show?
The Cosbys.
The Cosby Show. That's okay.
Cosby Show. And what's funny about that is that he actually made a documentary about food, but it was about fried chicken. And I was actually going to make a documentary about fried chicken once, but it didn't come to pass because I actually wanted to become a doctor. So I went to legal school because I wanted to be a legal doctor, but then I ended up becoming a legal person, which is a lawyer in other places. But it's very similar to you being a Tupperware lady on The Simpsons, and I wanted to be a doctor, and I'm, also wanted to be black, but that didn't pan out.
See how life just unfolds. Do you know, here's another fun fact. Do you know Bill Cosby had a book called Come On, People, but in the first printing, which you could actually still get copies of, he forgot to put the comma, so the title was just Come On, People. And it's a true story. You can look it up. You can still find.
Did he forget? That's the question.
Well, that's the question we all have. So in the new editions, they actually put a little comma on it. But you can actually still find first editions of that book without the comma in the title, which is pretty stinking funny. Ironic, I would say.
I would say.
Or Jello. Make a cookbook about Jello. That's what I thought he was going to make one.
Oh, yes.
You get first crack at this question, and it is the three children are Jan, Cindy, and Marcia.
Well, those are the Brady children. Carol Brady was their mother, played effortlessly by what's the lady who played her in the movies that I swear to God was her.
Sarandon.
No, in the very Brady movies. Oh, why can't I summon her name? She was on Cheers.
Olympia Dukakis.
No, you're just trying out any name that comes to you right now, isn't it? You're gonna put your own mom's name out there in a minute. Anyway, the lady from Cheers played Florence Henderson, played Carol Brady in the Brady movies, and she was so good and looked so much like her. I was like, oh my God, that actually is Florence Henderson, and it's not. It's the lady from Cheers, and I don't know why.
Diane, the Diane character,
the actress who played Diane. And
what was her name?
And I don't know why her name is escaping me at this moment, but she played the very Brady movies. And if you watch them, they are absolutely stinking hilarious. There's such
Shelley Long. Her name was Shelley Long.
You're absolutely right. You are right.
I Google that at all.
I'll give you half a point.
Okay.
For knowing Shelley Long. So on the question for Roberto, this is your question. Mark, Brad, and Randy.
That was Backdoor Masters 11, if I remember correctly. I had Brad, Randy?
Yes.
Randy. Give me a decade. Come on.
90s.
Brad, Randy. Jeez Louise.
I'll give you a clue. Tool Time.
Oh, okay. Jeez, I would have never guessed that. Home Improvement. Did they have a mom? Wasn't it just what's his name there?
No, they had a mom, but she was just one of those the stupid husband with a smart mom,
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I don't even remember her on this show.
I forget what her name is.
Yeah. Yeah, Tool Time. Oh, no, it was Home Improvement. Olympia Dukakis.
All right, we'll go back to Dixie. You get question number 5, and the children are Chuck, Richie, and Joanie.
That was Marion Cunningham's kids, and that was on Happy Days.
People forget about Chuck. He was
a little illegitimate. Yeah.
I forgot about Chuck. Most people forget about their illegitimate children. They just try to bury him in the crawl space underneath the trailer and hope the coyotes get him. But no, in this case, he was on there. They usually have that illegitimate child that comes at about season 6 when the ratings are really tanking, and they're
spice it up a bit. Yeah.
Eight is enough, but we better throw in a couple more because
why not? Because we can't count them all now, so we don't have enough bedrooms. They should throw another one on the roof. How about it? I get it.
All right, Roberto. The final question is number 6: Haley, Alex, and Luke.
Haley, Alex, and Luke.
This is a more modern TV show.
Oh yes, Modern Family. That was a good one.
Yeah,
and it's God, I don't know her name. It's not Sophia Vergara. It's the other one. Shelley Long.
No, her name was Claire.
Claire. Yeah.
Claire Long.
Claire Long.
Shelley's
Claire DeLune.
Legitimate daughter that we never talk about anymore.
Right.
Well, Roberto and Dixie, thank you so much for coming on to Amber Live tonight. It's been
of course.
And Dixie, you have your happy hours. How frequent do you do those?
I do them 5 days a week. Now they're not always on the weekdays. So sometimes, like I had a happy Mother's Day one today. I do different days of the week, but I usually do like 3 or 4 during the week, and then 1 or 2 during the weekend. So I do them about 5:30 p.m. on the Eastern times, and then and I do stuff I do different stuff on my Instagram. I do different stuff on YouTube, but my Facebook is where I do my happy hour, my live happy hours. And I get there and I make a cocktail and I just talk about some stuff and see what's going on and share some things with people. So and it always ends out. And people are so neighborly and they just check in and say really sweet things. They wiggle on the buttons, and I'm like, oh, thanks, that feels good. So yeah, I'm always on there, and I won't be there either till this corona is over, till I get liver failure, one or the other.
Well, I'll be watching. Thank you so much, Dixie. Roberto, thank you very much. Enjoy your life out there in Los Angeles.
I shall, and you stay safe. We're in Vermont there. That's good.
Yes, you'll have to come up and visit sometime next time you're on the East Coast.
I love it up there. Yeah, absolutely.
Well, come on in. Very nice. Good luck on Imboka, the series that you're working on. Oh my gosh, how cool. But thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, wasn't that fun? I'll drink to that. Oh my gosh, Dixie just goes on and on and on. And I love it. I love it. Check her happy hours out. That's a lot of fun. All right. Do we have any questions? I wonder if anybody wants to come on air tonight. Not quite yet, but I tell you what, I often talk about Grandma Edna St. Vincent LeMay because she raised us girls. Our mother wasn't around much, and we really weren't sure why. Grandma was, bless her heart, was always very nice, and she'd say, "Oh, your mother's in show business. She's on tour. She's on tour." And I think that's what created Marguerite and I's goal, is to be performers. Because when Grandma Edna St. Vincent LeMay would be down at the laundromat at the hot damn trailer park, we'd go down there while she'd be fluffing and folding. We'd bring our close and play record player. Who remembers a close and play, huh? And we'd put a record on, and then we'd sing and we'd dance, and people would clap and laugh, and we just had that really good time. And so, and then Mom would come about every couple of years or so. She'd come in, but then she'd leave, and so we really didn't get to know her that well. But there are a few memories about my mother that I'd like to share with you tonight. And I'm making my ukulele debut. Okay, this is something I decided to do during this quarantining thing, that I want trying to increase my talents. So I'm going to start with a ukulele, and we'll see how it goes from here. So and then you guys will sing along the second time through. Okay. So we'll have the words for you. So I don't know how this is going to go. So I might just end up breaking it over my head. I don't know. So this is from Mom. M is for the many times she spanked me. O is for the others I deserved. T is for the times we shared together. Oh, this is a hard one. D, H is for the hangovers observed. Back to C. E is for her eyes that glared right through me. Another hard one. R is for the redness that I saw. Put them all together, they spell mother. She's always running from the law. Yeah, it's a sad story, but I just felt that, she put me in this world, so I got to do it. So, okay, now everybody, you know the tune. All right, so let's sing along together, okay? M is for the many times she spanked me. O is for the others I deserved. T is for the timeouts we shared together. H is for the hangovers observed. E is for the eyes that glared right through me. R is for the redness that I saw. Put them all together, they spell mother. She's always running from the law. Oh, yeah, that's Mom. So, Mom, wherever you are, if you're still around, that was for you. I'd like to think that she is still thinking. And you know what? I would hope that she's seen Slingbacks and Syrup. Yes, that's the documentary that was made about the House of LeMay 10 years ago. And you can get that on Amazon, Slingbacks and Syrup. Yes, check it out. It's a great story, not only about us, but about Burlington as well. So Slingbacks and Syrup on Amazon. That would be great. Oh, I see we have someone waiting to talk to me. Let's see who called in today. It's Rocco.
Hey, Amber, how you doing?
Fine. Welcome back, Rocco. How's your day going?
It's going good. Just hanging out, taking it easy.
Did you do anything for your mother today?
Well, I didn't see her because she's in quarantine over in Jersey. But I called. I said hi, and I actually wrote her a poem that I read. So that was nice of me, right?
Would you like to share that with us?
You want to hear the poem?
Of course.
All right.
It'll be better than the song I sang.
Yes, it will be. All right. I just happen to have it right in front of me.
I would hope so.
All right. Mom by Rocco Zamboni. Mom, you gave birth to me. What a weird day that was for both of us. Since that day, we've been like mother and son. I like that. You taught me how to tie my shoes, wipe my ass, and make meatballs. What the hell did Dad do? You are very loud. You taught me that a good woman is a strong woman who's smart, has a beautiful soul, and has teeth. I have loved many of these women. Thank you, Mom. I love you. Love, Rocco Zamboni.
Well, how nice. I expected there to be some rhyming in there, but you kind of went free verse on us. How progressive of you.
Well, I like the surprise.
Yeah, a limerick. Also, I would have expected a limerick from you.
Well, most people do, but if you've ever read any of my books, you'd know that doesn't always happen.
Your books. Tell me more about your books.
I'm a world-renowned author. You don't know that?
I must have missed that.
Damn it. That Russell guy's really striking out as far as I'm concerned.
Well, so what's your latest title?
Lesbianism. Why it's pretty good. For everyone. That's
okay.
Parentheses,
Yeah. Is there a tagline on that?
That was the tagline. For everyone.
That was the tagline. Is it a picture book?
Well, it's more of a description of 3 ways I've been in.
Oh, yeah.
So, you read that, you find out the very intimate details about how you can get, 2 ladies together, 2 guys together, whatever you want to do. It works for everybody.
Oh my gosh, Rocco, you really are progressive. That surprised me.
Hey, in this day and age, why not, right? You do what you got to do.
I realize we have similar backgrounds here.
We do, except I don't have slingbacks and syrup in the background.
But you've seen it, haven't you?
I have seen it, actually. It's a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I think so too. Any other words you'd like to share with us, Rocco?
I don't know. I mean, how about you? What did you do for your mother today?
Well, I sang her a song.
That's the song you just sang.
Yeah, and I don't know if she heard it. I don't know.
Not.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
She wasn't a music lover, so she might have appreciated it. All right. Well, Rocco, have a good week.
You too.
All right. Thanks for calling in.
Hey, my pleasure. Maybe next week I could stop and say hi too.
I'd love that. See you.
Right.
Bye. Oh, Rocco Zamboni, 2 weeks in a row. Oh my goodness. Whew. The hour just swings right by, doesn't it? So just to do a little recap of the earlier, did you see the opening credits of the opening theme song, the brand new theme song that we put out? If not, make sure you rewind the show. You can watch it on YouTube. You can share it with your friends if you really liked it. That'd be fun. Like us on YouTube, like that. Send us some ideas for shows, for future shows, or questions, or something else you'd like to see on Amber Live. I'd appreciate that. And then think about all the organizations you've donated through over the years, or you've supported us, or for anything. Think of those organizations. They didn't have their big events this year, but they still need the coin. So think about, sending them $5, $10, $20, whatever you can afford. They all would appreciate it. And also the local businesses too. Make sure you, do the takeout service, and they're going to be loosening up in Burlington and other places. So if you feel comfortable going to them, go and support them and tip well, because those servers have gone a lot of weeks without having tips. So we really want to help them out. Next week, oh my goodness, I've got a next week's show. I've got another drag legend, Miss Richfield. Yes, Miss Richfield in 1981 is going to be here on my show. I'm just thrilled to death about that. First, we had Yolanda a couple weeks ago, and then Dixie Longate, and then Miss Richfield. I'm really pleased that they're taking their time to appear here on Amber Live. So for the rest of you, have a good week. I'll be back here next Sunday. I hope you will. Stick around. I want you to watch the final credits. Something else is added. Thank you very much to my producer, Russell in New York. Thank you, buddy, so much. Couldn't do it without you. All right. You have a good week. All right. Cheers.